Hello. I'll put my lipstick on. You know what we girls are like? We can't do anything without our lipstick. That's better. That's better. Hi, Ella. Had to put my lipstick on now. Forgot to put it on. Oh, thank you. Happy Easter. Hi, Claire. Hi, Chrissy. I should have put that for my title, shouldn't I? Happy Easter. Hi, June. Oh, let me put a bit of it. Do you know I'm right behind today? We were very late having tea. If that's any excuse. What am I wearing today? Oh, Quercus, I like that. That's my favourite. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Jeannie. Hi, Ethan. Hi, Sandra. Happy Easter to everyone. Hi, Ginger. Miguel won't be joining us tonight. I've just had a message from Jill, Fiberfloozy, saying that Miguel's not well, and he's not going to be joining us tonight. So we don't have Miguel to confuse tonight, do we? So just thought I'd explain before anybody wonders where he is. He's not so good today, so he's not coming on. I've got 999. Well, he's not feeling very well, Amanda. I don't know the details. I'm sure he'll regale us with them all when he's well enough to come on again. So we've not got Miguel being confused today. Yeah. He might watch this later, so we'd better not say anything awful. Not that we ever do, but just checking, yeah. Oh, you had your first COVID jab yet? I'm almost due for my second one. Well, the end of the month. I'm due for my second one. Right, I'm going to have to get up and manoeuvre this flipping chair. Because, as you know, I've got Velcro carpet at the moment and nothing slides. I will be so glad to get rid of this carpet. It's the bane of my life. Oh, my fire's gone out. Hang on a minute. Why has my fire gone out? Oh. Oh. It's not gone out. It just needed me to open the door to let a bit of air in to give it a woof. Oh, let me sit down. Oh, right, who've I missed? Hello, Connie. Hello, Kaz. Hello, Rowan Rock. I said hello to Amanda. I said hello to June. Happy Easter to everybody that I've missed talking to. I'm not sure, Connie. Not sure about that. Time will see. It's usually Miguel that gets the whistles. We shall see. We shall see. Right, Rowan Rock. Introduce yourself to everybody, please. Tell us what you're interested in. Crochet, or what are you interested in? What are you doing? Right, you came into one of our streams a while ago. Were you being good when you came into one of our streams a while ago, or were you being a pest? We have to check because we get a lot of trolls. That's why I'm asking you, do you knit, do you crochet, or what do you do? We're a very tight-knit group, you see, in here, so we have to be very careful. Why is my light way over there? My daughter-in-law's been hoovering, so that's probably why. Oh, is that any better? Hi, Chris. I was just telling everyone Miguel won't be on tonight. Jill sent me a message saying he's not very well. So we've got no Miguel tonight. So somebody else will have to be confused in his place. Well, the fire's burning up lovely now. After I thought it was going out, it's gone up. You talked about a jacket I made and how impressive. It's probably still in my storage. The shed tail goes on and on and on. No shed. Once again, it's supposed to be this coming week. Hi, Emma. Hope you're keeping well. Yeah. Oh, my shed. I tell you, there'll be a flag flying on the top of this roof when my shed arrives, and all my neighbours will be wondering what I'm celebrating because it'll be flying at full mast. You haven't been on for a while. I hope you've had a good excuse, Emma, if you haven't been on a while. Yeah. Hi, Denise. Well, I'm absolutely bushwhacked today. I've been putting things in my new wardrobes and discovering that I have brought, yet again, even though I got rid of half of my stuff, I've still got too many clothes to fit in my smaller wardrobes. You see, I had a big house to spread out in. I could put them in everybody's wardrobe, couldn't I? Because as they moved out, I took over the wardrobes, yeah. When my ex moved out, took over his wardrobe. When my son moved out, took over his wardrobe. Even bought even more storage. I haven't even got my woolies yet. I don't know where they are. I think they must have got muddled up and gone to storage. I've got about 4 cardigans. That's all I've got. So I was trying to sort out, yeah. Oh, your dad's been poorly. I'm sorry to hear that, Emma. Yeah. Hey, Nathan. Sorry about that, Nathan. Yeah. Seems to be everybody's parents seem to be being poorly lately. I don't know whether it's in the water or what. Yeah. What am I making at the moment? I've just, last night, cast on a baby cardigan. So I haven't done anything. I've just finished one. I haven't found my buttons yet, so that's why it's fastened together with bits. I've just finished a little baby cardigan. It'll probably be for my friend who's got the foster babies when I make a few. There's no point sending them one at once, is there? I'll wait until I have a few, yeah. So that is what I cast on in lemon. That's it so far. I cast on last night and then I decided that tiredness overcame me. I was up too early this morning, so I'm going to be really, really tired, yeah. Oh, hi, Carol. Hi, Lisa. Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm just tired, but I'm doing okay. Nothing wrong, just tired. I didn't manage to finish everything off. I thought I'd finished everything and I thought, well, it's great. It's fitted in. Then I found another box of trousers. So I'm going to have to go through them all. There's no possible. I've only got one bottom and I can only wear one pair at once. So there's no reason why I have all these trousers. I'm just a hoarder. They're not new. Most of them are not new. They're what I've had for ages. I'm not finding this knitting very quick, actually, Kaz. I'm very slow with my knitting. Very slow. It took me well over a week to do that tiny little baby cardigan, whereas at one time I would have rattled it off in a couple of days, you know. Well, I haven't got any patterns, Emma. I had to buy a couple off eBay. So I just keep sort of doing variations on the theme because I don't want to do knit a row and purl a row. So boring, really. And also my tension isn't particularly even when I do knit a row and purl a row. It comes out a bit in ridges as if I've used two different sizes of needle. Next door, I've sort of met next door, but next door the other way is the care home. One of these places where a few adults live with carers. So obviously I haven't met them because they're not out and about, if you know what I mean. My son's met a couple of the carers, and I know the neighbour across the road, one of them. But no, I haven't been out and about yet. It's just a question of when I can get around a bit, I can meet people, yeah. I knitted first, Denise, before I ever learned to crochet. But I must admit, I'm very slow with my knitting these days. It's all to do with my shoulders and my neck. It hurts me too much. I have to keep stopping. I must have my neck or my shoulders at the wrong angle when I'm knitting. Never used to bother me. I used to be able to knit forever and never used to bother me at all. But since I've had shoulder and neck problems, I'm like, yep. So it's posture, isn't it? We should all watch our posture. Especially when you're getting old like me, you should watch your posture. Yeah. So have you all got your Easter eggs, yeah? Oh gosh, I've not had anything like that since I was pregnant, and that's 52 years ago, Carol. It's all right, I keep looking over there, keep my eye on the fire. It seems to be roaring away with its little self today and using up the wood rather quickly. So, yeah. So have you all got your Easter eggs ready? Have you got them? I haven't got them. My dad, bless his little cotton socks, always bought me an Easter egg. He used to say, you're never too old for an Easter egg. That's until he got dementia, and of course he forgot all about it then. But right up to him getting dementia, he always bought me an Easter egg. Yeah. Yeah. I'm hoping to get to a knit club. Maybe then I can make some new friends. When I say a knit club, I mean like a craft club, really. But there's supposed to be two in this locality. Although the guy who came and actually plastered the ceiling, look, it's been plastered. He said his mum and his mother-in-law go somewhere or other when it's normal. And they go to these knit club things, yeah. So, do you know, Denise, I've never dyed an Easter egg, never. This is some wood from trees, actually, Chris. That was in the garage that must have been dried from the previous owners. So we thought, well, we're clearing out the garage, ready to side it all out. We may as well burn it up, you see. So they're not like logs. We bought logs, first of all, and then my son discovered at the back of the garage all this dry wood that they'd obviously put there and dried. So that's what I'm burning at the moment. But the thing is, they go and they burn away to nothing in about 2 minutes flat. So my big basket of logs is not going to last that long, yeah. Yours is the only in the village. Right. There's actually two wool shops or yarn shops, as you call them if you're in America. There's one in Fleetwood and there's one in Cleveland. But of course, they're both closed at the moment because of this blinking coronavirus stuff. So, and also the knit club is run, one of the knitting shops, one of the yarn, I can't say wool shops, sorry people, it's wool to me. One of the wool shops, she normally does have a knitting club, but of course she's closed. And then there's another two ladies who say that they normally run a knitting club. that's not associated with a shop. It's just a knitting club or crochet club or whatever club. I don't know until I get there, do I? But they can't start up again until about the 23rd of April. So they're going to let me know when they're starting up. So then I shall toddle along there. Yeah. So this week it's going to be Tuesday. It's the decorator at last. This time next week, you will be looking at a different. Well, it won't be that different, actually. It'll be that wall over there. It'll be papered. These are just going to be painted white, so they'll just look the same, won't they? Because we can't do anything else until the week after that, and then the carpet comes. What else have I got coming up this week? Oh, the dog's going to the vet. Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. She's going for her checkup and to register with a new vet. And I'm going to go to the chiropodist. It's about time I went. Last time I went was November, so my poor little toenails are getting a bit overgrown. So that's my week planned. Decorators Tuesday, Wednesday, possibly Thursday. It's a big room. I don't know how long it'll take them to do it. The shed. Excuse me having a jest about the shed. Supposed to come again. This will be third time lucky if it arrives this coming week. Well, I'm in my 70s, Emma, so I used to go to a knit club where they were mostly in their 20s or whatever, but they didn't seem to mind. I seemed to feel as though I fitted in. They didn't make me feel uncomfy at all, you know. And I was like the oldest one in the shed company. It isn't the shed company, actually. You would think, wouldn't you, if they were a big shed company, they would have somebody on call to do the bases. It's the base that's holding us up, not the shed. But they seem to employ somebody part-time who does the bases when he's got time, which is not very businesslike, is it? You would think they would have somebody more reliable. Apparently, they gave him the paperwork to come and do it about 2 weeks ago, but he lost it. You know, you couldn't make things up like this, could you? You know what I mean? If I was telling this story, people would say, no, not in this day and age of computers and emails. You know, how can people lose things? It's not like they gave him a little scrap of paper with our address on, is it? But that was the excuse. He rang up to apologise and said that he had to fit it in with his normal work. No, they should have somebody on call, shouldn't they? Somebody who can do it, you know, at a moment's notice. Apparently, our shed's been there for 3 weeks, ready to be delivered. Yeah, the dog ate the note, yeah. I know they say it's going to snow this week, but so I was talking to Kelly the other day. Yes, I was talking to Kelly. She's painting, by the way, so she may not be on. And she said they'd changed the snow to rain, so. Kelly put a post on Instagram showing her little boy painting away there with a roller. Do you know slave labour, Kelly, if you're listening? I know he's probably loving doing it. But slave labour, Kelly, slave labour. Knowing her little boy, he probably said, I want to do it, and she probably let him, yeah. So we shall see. Yeah, the wardrobes and all the cupboards and everything are finished. They're not quite as we anticipated. Mine are okay. But the ones in the hall and the ones my daughter-in-law and son have got upstairs, they're not quite as they imagined them to be, but we'll have to work with it. It's funny, the stairs go down like that, and they've given us a little tiny, like, triangular cupboard at the bottom. We call it the Toblerone cupboard because it's like, I don't know what we're going to put in that. It's deep. It goes right the way along the stairs. It's deep, but it's only a little triangle. It's got a door on, so Maybe we can keep the dog lead in there or something like that, yeah. Or gloves or something like that. Yeah, Toblerone cupboard. I'll try and put some pictures up when I take them. But I've been busy today. I've been busy trying to put things in wardrobes. Tomorrow we're going to go to B&M or somewhere, I think it is, to get some baskets, you know, because the wardrobes, like, they're very big and deep, and I can't just pile everything in. They're just going to go into a great big mountain. So I want to get some baskets so I can, you know, divide everything up. So, yeah, Toblerone cupboard. I'll show it to you when I take a picture. It's just like a little a secret wool stash, Emma. Oh, I think they'd probably find it. It's not got a lock on it. Secret wool stash. Oh, God, yeah. My friend of mine said she'd sent me a parcel. I don't know where it's gone. She asked me had I got it. I said, no, I would have told you if I'd got it. I would have said, thank you. But it never arrived, yeah. So that's the second time that somebody said they sent me something that's never arrived. And yeah, everything else arrives, you know, the parcels and everything arrive. I've ordered my curtains, I've ordered the curtain pole. What else have I ordered? The light for underneath. It's like a over the top cupboards in my bedroom. So I've ordered a little light that goes underneath. It's all magical. You do it all with a click, click, click. Yeah, it's modern age. There's none of this like we used to have to do in the old days and pull a little string. It's all modern now. You do a little boop, boop. Well, you know, in me, I'll probably lose my little boop. You live in Lincolnshire, not far from Lincoln. Do you know, I don't think I've ever been to Lincoln. I don't remember. But my brain. We went to a lot of places when I was young and when I was married. We went to a lot of places. Well, hello there, Fibre Floozy. Hello there, Jill. I was just explaining to everybody that Miguel's not very well, so he's not coming on tonight. And they're all quite upset because there's nobody to say they're confused. Although I think Chris is going to jump in and say he's confused just so he won't feel lonely. Yeah. Gosh, I was freezing before and now I'm hot. Yeah, it was Jill who told me that Miguel's not coming on tonight, so. You're confused, eh, Chris? Good show. Somebody has to be confused. If it ain't Miguel, it's got to be somebody. Chris has got it covered for being confused. Oh, the bloody... Did he swore then? The blooming thing's died down again. How long is it since I put wood on? About 10 minutes. I'm sure he will tell us all when he comes back online what was wrong and what it is, yeah. Oh, right. He's waiting for a charger. Yes, I've seen Trevor's lives, Emma. I've been on a couple of them, actually. I'm very disappointed he doesn't show his mush, you know. He doesn't show the whole boat race. You'll have to ask Jill, because I'm only getting everything second-handed. So I'm not going to speak out of turn because I don't know, yeah. So I'm sure Jill's got more info than I do. Trev's live now. Yeah. Yeah, it won't be the same without Miguel and his cactus and telling me off because I don't rinse my dishes, will it? We went to a garden centre. Oh, two beautiful garden centres near where I am here. Gorgeous plants. You know, you go to some garden centres and the plants don't look healthy, do they? They were beautiful here, but I had to skip past the cactus. I just went, can we just go past the cactus, please? They just give me the willies. Just not my thing. When I see all them little prickles and little spiky things sticking out, oh no, God. I can't understand the fascination with a cactus. I really can't. Oh, you like Trevor's accent? I think she's talking about Trevor when she goes on the live, yeah. Connie, it would go out the window. If anybody put a cactus in this living room, it'd be out the window. Yeah, that's good, Kaz. That's just my thoughts about them entirely. Yeah, they might be all right in the desert if you were dying of thirst and you can cut one of them open, you know, and get a bit of. Oh, right, he's getting antibiotics. Good show. I'm sure he'll be booming back to health very soon if he's on antibiotics. Yeah. That blooming fire's going down again. I feel like a stoker on a train, you know, keep shoveling coal. Except this is logs. I think I need some bigger logs. Yeah. When we were at the garden centre the other day, we saw some that are made out of coffee grounds. I've not heard of that before. Apparently, they collect all the old coffee grounds from all the, you know, the cafes and stuff. But mind, they were twice the price of the ordinary logs, and you think if they're getting them for free. It's like all these things that are eco, isn't it? Everything that's eco is twice the price. Trying to make us feel guilty, aren't they? If you're not eco, you're not in. They don't actually smell of coffee, according to my friend. They just smell of log, even though they're supposed to be coffee grounds. Thought we'd fill the house with coffee smells instead of burning wood, but no, apparently not. Hang on, let me go and feed this fire. Good idea, Seaside Bump. I'll have a bottle, yeah. Mind you, soon we won't be wanting the fire, will we? Yeah, eco. It's like eco and organic. You stick organic in front of something and it's twice the price already, yeah. Oh dear, Lydia with a broken wrist. Oh, that's been my dread. You know, being a crafter. I was bad enough when I had my carpal tunnel done. And they wouldn't let me crochet. I need a man. I've got one. He's upstairs. He's my son. That's enough man for me, Kath. Don't want any others. Oh. Oh, gosh. Got to get fed up with this fire before very long. Is it summer yet? Is it summer? Oh, yeah, men are a bit like cactus, aren't they? A bit prickly, a bit horrible. Yeah, 1 mile per house. Enough. Yeah, you're right there. Oh, your youngest daughters, yeah. Oh, gosh, everybody needs their mum, Jill. I wish my mum was still here. Even though she did drive me bonkers at times. Sorry, Mum. Prickly, we're talking about cactus. Men are like cactus. Oh, getting hot now. I'll have to take my sweater off. Or my cardigan if you're in England. Oh. Oh, I don't miss my hubby. He didn't pass away, though. I passed him on. Or he passed me on, whichever way around you want to look at it. So, no, I don't miss him at all. Well, I seem to have knitted part of it. Oh, gosh, we always think. Do you know, surprisingly enough, though, it was always my dad with me. Even now, you know, when something happens, I think, oh, my dad would know that. And my dad's been gone about, 15, 20 years now. But but I never think, I'll ask my mum. It's funny. But if it's anything to do with, anything going wrong or anything, or anybody asking me a question about the old days or something, and I sometimes I think my mother lived in a different place than the rest of us because she never remembered anything. But my dad should have been one of these storytellers, that make a living telling stories because he could tell a really good tale. He liked to embroider it just a touch, I must confess he did. But it made the story more interesting, yeah. Yeah. So, it was always my dad with me. I was a daddy's little girl, yeah. Definitely. My brother, he was a mummy's boy. Absolutely a mummy's boy. But me, no. Daddy's little girl, yeah. You've got a kitchen cleaned and you're going to make a bed up. Oh, dear, yeah. I think what it was my dad went away to the war when my brother was about 2. So my brother was brought up by my mum, my grandma, and my aunties. So he was brought up in a house full of women. So when my dad came back from the war, he's like, who's this man? Who is it? I don't know him. And of course I was born and he was like, new baby. He was my dad, that's all I knew. So, I mean, inevitably my dad did lean more towards me, yeah. Yeah. When will I get me wool stash? Oh, my God, Lydia, don't ask. It's like the never-ending saga of the shed that never was. Yeah. When I get my shed, then I can get my stash back. Oh, well, I was with my dad an awful lot. My daughter-in-law insists that my son looks like his dad, but he's the absolute image of my father. Hate to tell her this, but he is. He's a carbon copy of my dad. My dad brought him up to a certain extent, you see, so he's got my dad's mannerisms. So I think that's what makes him like my dad to me, because he moves his hands, he moves, he talks, just like my dad did. So, and he's a great raconteur, my son. He can tell a good story as well. Yeah. Yeah. No, I was never a grandma's little girl. My grandma, the unshe shed, yeah. My grandma was too busy on my mum's side. She had about a gazillion grandchildren, so she couldn't even remember what was called half the time. And my grandma on my dad's side, that I used to go to every single day, always used to say the same. Oh, it's you. Is Colin not with you? That's my brother. So it was like, that's the way it is it? Yeah. So that's what it was like with my grandma. She just wanted my brother. She didn't want me. All in all, I think I was an upside daisy. You know, my dad came back from the war and they got carried away in a moment, passion. And there's little old me. Mother didn't want any more because she had a horrible time with my brother. I mean, birth-wise. So she never wanted any more. So, Carol, I am looking forward to seeing my shed too. I told you there'll be a flag flying on top of this bungalow when it arrives. You'll hear me going, yippee, from the highest hill. When I get reunited with my stash, I'll be like, oh, did I really buy this? Oh, did I really buy that? Or will it be like when I'm looking at my clothes saying, what on earth have I brought this for? Where did I bring that? Hi, Jill. Yeah, I've just got my fingers crossed. Do you know, I've stopped crossing my fingers. I think it's me crossing my fingers that puts the jinx on it. About my shed never arriving. It's ridiculous, really. First it was the 8th, then it was the 25th, then it was Friday. We're still waiting. Oh, you've got your new puppy, have you, Jill? Oh, yeah. Have you got a dog, Jill, or is it an elderly dog? Yeah. A house hunter. I don't remember a show called that. Perhaps they've given it another name in America. That's my son going out. I know what you mean, Jill. I know what you mean. Yeah. Emotional support. Or talking about emotional support, I was talking with Gigi's daddy today on Facebook, and he showed me a photograph of Gigi fast asleep on his lap. And I said, well, that looked familiar. But I'm glad he's settling down to sleeping on his daddy's knee because he always wanted to sleep on mine. Yeah. You know, that was his thing. His daddy said he's very demanding. When he wants to sleep, he wants to sleep on you, and there's no getting away from it. And I mean, he's trying to work from home. Oh, that's sad, isn't it, Jill? We've, oh, we saw him back in again. We've got to take Poppy to the vet on Wednesday. Not there's anything wrong. Well, apart from old age and whatnot. But she needs to be registered with a new vet, which we've not done so far yet. So she's only going for a wellness checkup and a booster shots and things, yeah. Yeah, Poppy's sweet, but she's not a support dog. Gigi was a cuddler. You could cuddle Gigi all day long. It was so nice to have him, on my knee and going to sleep, and he wanted to be cuddled. I don't half miss him. Poppy's nice. You can stroke her and say hello and tickle her tummy, but not the same. Not the same. No, we've got no shad yet. My knee's always a bit late. Yeah. No Isaac yet. We've got Nathan popped in. Oh, Chris will be around. He listens. He doesn't always say anything, but he does listen. He's around somewhere, Chris. Yeah, I know how you feel, Joe. I think Poppy would just leave me there on the floor and start going, what's she doing? Oh, yeah, Chris is a great lurker. So's Nathan, to be quite honest. Nathan's a good lurker as well. We haven't had Ben on yet, have we? Duke's fired, yeah. There you see. Chris is lurking. There he is. No, we've not had Ben on yet, have we? I'm sure he'll turn up eventually. And John always comes on very late, doesn't he? Yeah. Oh, God, I'm dreading anything happening to Poppy. You know, saying goodbye to Gigi was bad enough, but yeah, tell him as a support dog is rubbish, Jill. Oh, Mr. Marsh never comes on until much later either. John comes on late, so does Mr. Marsh. And Trevor sometimes turns up, but he always turns up late. But if he's already doing it live already, then he's probably busy, isn't he? You want an inside dog? Yeah. I can understand that. The company, aren't they, John? Come on, answer that one, Chris. You're very quiet. You must be eating. Yeah, there's something about a dog, isn't there? Yeah. And they've got gas. It's evil. You sometimes wonder what they put in dog food, don't you? It makes them so windy. Hi, Deborah. No, you can't sneak off, Chris, without telling us where you're going. You see, you keep getting missed every time you disappear for 5 minutes. How's everyone? Well, I think that most people are fine, Deborah. Except Miguel, he's not with us at the minute, but that's what they do, little dogs, isn't it? They know you're poorly, don't they? They know you're not feeling well, so they come and give you a little hug and snuggle. I'd have a job getting Poppy on my knee. She's a bit big. Now, my Buster, he was big. He was a boxer cross. He was very intuitive. If he knew you were a bit down, he would come and put his head on your knee and, they say, I'm here, Mummy, don't be sad, yeah. But Poppy's not got that. She's not got that spark or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, Poppy's 13, I think, or coming up to 13 in July. I was talking to Sue the other day. I do speak to her every week. And her little Jack Russells were barking like crackers. Yeah, they're very noisy, those two dogs. Especially the little girl dog, she barks at everybody. Chihuahuas do as well, Jill. Chihuahuas live for a long time. About 20, I think, for a Chihuahua. Gigi's about 8 or 9, I think, now, Gigi, yeah. Now I get a shoulder pain with knitting, Sandra. Not so much with crocheting, but I do with knitting, yeah. My son loves his big dogs. He likes Rottweilers, yeah. Where I lived ages ago, not recently, they got a Pekingese next door. Now that never shut up. Every time they left the house. I mean, I don't like complaining, but I had to tell him in the end. I had to say, look, I'm sorry, but your dog's driving me bonkers. Yeah. You know, I'm a bit live and let live, really. I don't like knocking on neighbours' doors saying, excuse me, but that dog just drove me bonkers. It barked the whole time they were out. They said, oh, it has separation anxiety. I thought, well, it's not my fault. Well, Poppy will have a good bark if anybody comes to the door she doesn't know. Yeah. She's not too bad if they ring the doorbell, but it's when they knock on the window, you know, the window of the door. That's when she doesn't like that. Mind you, we've been ordering such a lot of things online because you can't go anywhere, can you? You know, for the house and that. And so she's got quite used to everybody coming, yeah. Yeah, I haven't fallen for about a month or so. Let's touch wood, touch wood, touch wood. My boxer was a staffy boxer. Gosh, it's burning up again, that fire. Tell me about it. Yeah, I ordered some more makeup. Tiny little thing. That's primer. Isn't it little? And that's that retinol, you know, it's supposed to do things for your lines. Look how small the boxes are. I don't carry my phone around with me either. Whenever I fall, it's always in the other room. If I made a little bag for it, I'd probably forget the bag. I do take it with me when I'm in the bathroom, but then I put it on top of the toilet lid and I'm in the shower. So if I fell in the shower, I couldn't get to it, could I? But I'm always frightened of water damage. You put it too near the shower, yeah. I am so glad that we don't have a landline anymore. I got so fed up of it. Ring, 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 ring all the time. And it was never anything important. It was always something stupid. You know, I've not had one, what do you call it? One scam caller on the phone since I moved. Yeah. We've not got many payphones here. We've taken them all out, yeah. Gosh, it's only 10 o'clock and I'm hungry already. Oh, yes, Dad. I missed lunch. I was too busy putting my stuff away in the wardrobes that I missed having any lunch. Well, hello, Poppy. We're talking about you, darling. There she comes. Hello, sweetie. Poppy. She won't stay because the fire's on. She won't stay. Will he, Pops? It's too warm for her when the fire's on, so she'll go back out again. Yeah, she'll go in a minute. She won't stay. It's too hot, isn't it, Poppy? Yeah, too hot for you, darling. She's just proved me wrong. She just proved me wrong. She just lay down. Normally when I've got the fire going, she doesn't like it. Hi, Divine Treasures. Yeah, I can't teach you to close the door, sorry. Oh, she's a cute one. She is lovely. But she doesn't do as she's told. Has anybody heard anything about Mary in Ireland? Not seen her for a long, long time. The damp has turned down, Chris. It's just that the wood's so dry. This wood was in the garage. It's tree. It's bits of trees. But our old previous owners put it in the garage and we don't know when, so it's nice and dry. It's burning really quick. That's naughty, Cass. Of course she's a guy. I've got to find this chiropodist on Wednesday now, Ian saying, use your phone. I don't know how to find things on my phone. Who? Chris? Chris is a guy. Oh, my son says I should use my phone to find where I'm going. I haven't got that up on my phone. My son's like that. His whole life's on his phone. I can't use my phone for anything. So, do you know something? I've forgotten. I don't have Siri on my phone. No, I wouldn't know anybody's phone numbers if it wasn't for my phone. If I lost my phone, I'd be stuck, so I wouldn't know anybody's numbers. Oh, hi, Rebecca. Did I miss Juanita coming in? You're saying hello, she spins to Jane. I don't know. I haven't seen her. Sorry if you come in, Juanita. I didn't see you. Didn't see you. Ah, there she is. Hi. Yeah, but they were a lot shorter back in the day, weren't they, Divine Treasures? They didn't all start with all 7 and be like about 12 numbers long. Oh, she's okay, she, Jill. Yeah, she's not made any videos for ages. Somebody said she took her videos down or something. I just wondered if there's any problems with her family or something. Oh yeah, we'll talk about your Kaz. What should we say about Kaz while she's gone? That fire is greedy. No, what was it about Kaz? Go and tell me if you got any gossip. I've got any goss. I've got my slipper stuck in my wool. I go to the fire with one slipper on. Oh, I got pop. Ah, I opened the fire door. I opened the fire door to put some wood on and Poppy disappeared. Oh dear. Have we got a whistle? Chris, have we got a whistler? We were trying to think of some gossip about your Kaz while you were gone, but we couldn't think of any. She's back now, we don't talk about her. Oh yeah. Yeah, as soon as I opened the fire door to put some wood on, she shut off. You're a good girl. There must be some gossip about Kaz, you know. Must be. She's just keeping it very close to her chest. When people say they're a good girl, there's usually an ulterior can't get my teeth around, ulterior motive. You've got your cuppa, have you, Connie? Did you brew one for everybody? Now Jill's disappeared. Oh. I know they're like yo-yos, so they kind of in, out, in, out. I'm not putting any more wood on this fire. It can just burn itself out. I don't care anymore. I put my cardi on if I get cold. An outrageous bar. I don't like peanuts, so you're barking up the wrong tree with me there, Chris. Oh, you're going as well, are you, Jane? Why does everybody keep popping through? I don't like peanut butter. Yuck. It's like Marmite, isn't it? Ugh. I do not like peanuts, any shape or form. Mm-mm-mm. The dog likes peanut butter. That's any help. I'm in the north. Mr. O'Neill or Mrs. O'Neill. I am in the north. It says more to share, but you lot are not having any. They're mine. Oh, mine. The Marmite is totally yuck. No, I try not to. And then I try not to flirt my little marbles all over the place. Trouble with Maltesers is they're too Moorish, and you know I'm diabetic, so I've only got to say, have a few. It's hard to have a few Maltesers. Hi, baby. Happy Easter to you as well. I did. It was painful. It was like trap wind rolling round and rolling round. Really painful. Hi, Michelle. I think they're very similar, Denise. I'm sure somebody will correct me. Shad hasn't come in, has he? I haven't seen Shad. You must see messages before I do because you said hello to Juanita before I even saw her come in. See you later. There you are, Shad. Your friend Miguel is not here. He's poorly. There you go. I don't know whether they're the same or not. I am the northwest of the UK. I'm a northerner. I was watching a programme on the wrong trains. I watched some really weird programmes. And they used to have a red line painted on the bath. And somebody said, oh, was it when you were saving water? They said, no, it was for when they had a bath and then the train went round the corner. It would slosh all the water out of the bath. I can remember going on holiday down, that was Torquay or Bournemouth, when it was all this water shortage. And they had a line painted on the bath. Green Ab Silver Sparkles and Crafts. Hello to you. Do you knit? Do you crochet? What do you do? I better stop eating those for a while. Don't want to give myself a sugar rush. Yeah, Shad, your friend Miguel is not well. He's in hospital having some antibiotics. So Chris is the one who's being confused today. He's volunteered to be the confused one. How you get green abs? I don't know. Perhaps he's the Hulk or she's the Hulk. I can't see from the picture whether it's a he or a she. Yeah, could be Shrek. Oh, you cross stitch, you diamond paint, and you do a bit of knitting. Right. Jeannie from On the Hook. She's made a new cardigan pattern. I'm not being rude, but £8 for a pattern? Come on, Jeannie, that's a bit much. You know, sorry, but I won't be paying £8 for a pattern. It looks pretty basic as well, you know. I don't mind paying £8 for a pattern. It's really complex. No, I don't like diamond painting. Sorry, it's not my bag. Not my thing, people, as you know. The eyesight and the fingers wouldn't let me do it if I wanted. I'd have little things flitting all over the living room. To me, it's the modern version of painted by numbers. We all did that, didn't we, as kids? Painted by numbers. Ah, I see. Oh, don't be mean. I bet it smells great, Gry. Ugh. Bet it smells lovely. To be quite honest, I prefer men's colognes and aftershave than do women's perfumes. Why they always imagine that women want to absolutely reek, I don't know. Oh, my patience wouldn't last with a diamond painting. Yeah, I know. I like Brut and I like, what's my favourite one? I can't think of its name now. Paco Rabanne. That's one of my favourites. My perfume's faded. That's the only trouble with this Penhaligon stuff. It just fades so quickly. Yeah, I wear men's cologne a lot. I used to get in trouble for pinching me. My ex-husband's stuff. No, Old Spice reminds me of my dad. He always used Old Spice. I'm looking for Quercus because that's what I put on before. No, I can't find it. I'm finding everything but Quercus. I found it. Well, I'm not saying Old Spice isn't nice. It's just that it's very old. To me, an old man's smell. Better than that Lynx. Oh, God, that Lynx is awful. Does anybody's husband or anybody wear Lynx? Bay rum. Ooh. Oh, Lynx. You always think of it as being, really naff. What do you get somebody you don't like at Christmas? You get them a Lynx set, yeah. My mum used to love 4711. I've got a stick of it, a solid stick, but it doesn't last 2 minutes, yeah. Your sons like Lynx, oh gosh. They must sell it because, goodness, they wouldn't keep making it, would they, if they didn't sell it? Lynx Africa. No, I don't really care for any of the Lynxes. It's what I used to buy my son when he was a teenager. He used to use it like not aftershave, deodorant under his arms. Lynx Africa Marmite. There was a picture in the paper of Elton John making sandwiches. I was doing homeschooling with his kids. And in the background, there was like 5 different varieties of Marmite. I didn't even know there was 5 different varieties of Marmite. Yeah, because people were saying, look, what's in the background of Elton John's photo? And I'm like, what? But it was on a table behind, there was these jars, yeah. Now I've got a solid cologne stick in 4711. Yeah, 1 variety is plenty for me, Kaz. There's 1 too many for me. Nope. Do not like Marmite. I remember my son going crazy for Vegemite because he'd seen it on TV or something in one of the films and he wanted it. And somebody sent him some or somebody got him some and he was like, ooh. Giorgio. I've got some Giorgio Armani into it, yeah. Oh, you're eating and lurking, Michelle. Okay. Marmite is, oh. Well, they say, yeah, they love it or you hate it, but I bought some once to see what it's like, but oh my God, no. Somebody said spread it on really thin, and I did, but it still isn't nice. I've not got 150. I've got about 20, I think, at the moment, yeah. I think Marmite's made with yeast. I'm not sure. I just don't like it. It's like the dregs in it when they're making beer or something. Isn't it a byproduct when they're making beer? So instead of throwing it away, they make Marmite with it and tell everybody it's wonderful. I don't like the smell of yeast. I remember once at school we were supposed to be making this bread. We had to take in this yeast. At the time, it wasn't dried yeast. You had to go around trying to find some tobacconists for some strange reason who sold this pieces of yeast that were like, I don't know what they looked like, but they weren't dry. Oh, you're on the BBQ, are you, Shad? Yeah, yeast is an awful smell. We lived not too far from a brewery when I lived in Prestwich. And every now and again, the wind would be in the wrong direction, and you get this overwhelming, awful smell. Thankfully, not most of the time. It was just when the wind changed and the wind was in one direction. I feel sorry for the people who the wind was in the right direction for them every day. That would have lowered the tone of the selling your house for sure. Imagine buying a house when it was a nice day and they weren't brewing. And then you just move in, don't you? Open all your windows and that, boo! And the smell of yeast comes flying through your windows. I mean, nowadays you'd have to declare it, wouldn't you? Did anybody else's mother, when you were going through the country, made you wind down your windows because it breathed in that air when they'd been spraying slurry? Well, my mother used to make us wind the window down and take a big breath. I used to wind the window up, Mum, it stinks. Wind the window up. No, it's good for you. It's good country smell. And my dad's going, I'm driving and I say, wind the windows up. Lucy, it's not a nice smell. Wind it up. Can't see. They're hazel, my eyes. They're a bit watery. But they've been a bit watery since I came to live near the sea. I don't think they're pale. Are they pale? Are my eyes pale? Look into my eyes. Are my eyes pale? Somebody once told me that, Chris. I was in a pub, came over, and he's gazing at me. Might I just tell you, he said, you've got absolutely beautiful eyes. Maya was a lot younger then. I said, have I? And he said, yes. He said, just like the snake in the Jungle Book. How nice. Yeah. The snake in Jungle Book, I ask you. Thought he was going to compare me to somebody beautiful, but no. That one that goes, look into my eyes, and its eyes go like that. So, I did have nice eyes when I was younger, before you got the wrinkles in the backs. But it's a sign of age, isn't it? Yeah. Mm. But when you see people online, on Facebook, and you used to go to school with them, and you're looking at them and you're thinking, oh my God, I'm not that, I'm not that wrinkly, am I? And then you're thinking to yourself, they're probably thinking exactly the same. Oh my God, look at all the wrinkles Jan's got. But I think because you look at yourself every day in the mirror, you don't notice these subtle changes, do you? You just suddenly wake up one morning and you've got these jowly bits hanging down and the lines down. And you think, where did they come from? I'm sure I didn't have them yesterday. But they creep up on you, don't they? Yeah. 1 minute you're 25, the next minute you're 75, and you think, what happened? What happened to the 50 years in between? I was one of those kind of teenagers that used to say, you'll be really beautiful when you grow up. And then when I got into my 40s and 50s, they'd say, oh, I bet you were stunning when you were young. But I never got the bit in between, where I actually was stunning. I must have had potential when I was younger that never matured. I always had such pretty girlfriends as well. So when we went out, I was the one who got the spotty mate, My friend, she was very pretty and she would get the gorgeous boy, yeah. And I would get his spotty friend or the fat one that came along with him. I used to think one day the handsome prince will fancy me and not my friend, but never happened. Never happened. I always got the ugly one. As my mother used to say, they've got lovely personalities. Yeah. Yeah, I got a goofy friend, or the one with the spots, yeah. That's mean. That's mean, Shad. You shouldn't do that. You sound like my mother. Take a deep breath. It's the country. It's good for you. Ugh. Yeah. I did I tell you last week I nearly set the house on fire? We'd got the logs stacked up against either side of the log burner in the little niche, the little. And I'm sat here and I'm thinking, oh my God, my eyes are stinging. My eyes are stinging. And I turned around and I couldn't see across the room. It was full of smoke. And they came downstairs saying, oh my God, are you trying to kill us or what? And the logs either side of the fire were smouldering. They caught on fire. So the room was just full of smoke. Yeah, I want to know where all these brown dots have come from. Have I been on my scooter? Yeah, I went to the post office the other day to post me two nieces. One's the 2nd of April, one's the 3rd of the April. So I had to go to the post office, post them. Yeah, where do the brown spots come? Look at that. Freckles. That's what I call them, freckles. Technically, they call them age spots, but I prefer to call them freckles. I've just got big freckles all over my hand. No, they're not age spots, Kaz. They're freckles. I've got freckly hands, look. Freckles. They've got nothing to do with my age, they're freckles. That's my story, and I'm sticking it. Yeah, we have a smoke detector, and it didn't go off for some reason or another. And it was, and the carbon monoxide meter didn't go off. Yeah, wisdom spots. No, they're freckles. They're freckles. They're not age spots. They're not liver spots. They're freckles. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. They're freckles. I refuse to say. Yeah. I've already started going pink, and I don't sunbathe. I don't like to stick my face in it, I do sit it out in it, of course, but I threw my sun hats away, before I came here, because they were looking a bit tatty anyway. So I'll get a new sun hat. When I go to civilization, when all the shops open again, I'll get myself a new sun hat. I need one with a big brim, because, I have to shade my face. No, I don't have any freckles on my face, just freckles on my hands. Oh, if I get age spots on my face or freckles on my face, I'm going to be covering them up. Now, I keep my face out of the sun as much as possible. It prematurely ages you. I had a friend who was a sunbed queen. Oh, and I'm not being rude, but she looks about 90. She's got deep grooves in the face. I think, yeah, that's you on them sunbeds. Suntan might look attractive, but big wrinkles don't. Deep lines, she's got really deep, they're dug in. Believe it or not, I was a redhead when I was born, but now you can't see it, but I've got inches of dark roots. I wish I would go pale grey. Really wish. The sides of it are beautiful. You never see any dark roots on the sides. The sides are beautiful colour of grey. But no, my hair is brown. Still. You think I would be grey by now, wouldn't you? But no. I mean, my hair actually might be dark grey, but I don't want to know. I want to be blonde again. I would love to be white, actually. My mum didn't go white until she was about 90. No, I had red hair when I was born. Ginger curls. Now my hair is as straight as a die and it's brown. My ex-husband was a sun worshipper. He had to have a big cancer cut out of his arm. Now he's told he can't sunbathe at all. Yeah. All right, Jill. Bye for now. Oh, I'm fed up with this knitting already. I've only done a little bit and I'm fed up already. Knitting is not my forte. I've got the same mug as Denise. I'm usually gorgeous, but today is my day off. Yeah, Denise and I have got the same. Denise dear and I have got the same mug. It's my work mug, actually. I had it when I was working. Oh, look at the steam. Look at the steam rising out of my flask. Denise, no, I've not seen her today. We've got a Denise, but it's not Denise dear. We've got Denise W. She's on here somewhere. Got a sore thumb. The nail's messed up. It's got whatever. It's an ugly thumb, so I'm not showing you. But it's sore. I normally do, Kaz. I normally watch Denise, but I'm just so behind. Yeah, you're here, Denise. It's the other Denise. She was talking about Denise dear. Yeah, I used to watch Denise every time she put a video out, but I can't settle in this chair's not comfy. I think I mentioned before, I had I should dye her hair again. It's purple. Oh my goodness. It's usually pink, isn't it? I used to have a smart TV. And then when that blew up, it got struck by a lightning, would you believe? I bought a new TV. And I never thought about whether it was a smart TV or not. And it wasn't. So I can't watch YouTube on the TV. And that's what I used to do. I used to put the YouTube on my TV, get my crocheting, and watch it, yeah. Oh, you got spots on your face, your hands and your arms. Oh, spotty mum will do, and she had. I've never had the courage to do anything like that with my hair. I used to be a redhead, but dye redhead, bright red. No, Chris, I'm swapping TVs. My son has a spare TV. There, can you see that big thing there? But we're not put it up yet because the decorator's coming on Tuesday. So we've swapped TVs. That is too big. My son's upstairs here, it slopes like that. So there isn't enough wall to put a big TV up in the bedroom. So they're having my smaller TV and I'm having their big TV, which I think is a smart TV. You're going to have 5 different... Oh, the upkeep must be tremendous, though. We're looking at some big clocks the other day, but you'd love it, Shad. Massive big clocks like that. They probably tick like Big Ben. You can hardly say in the shop, can you put a battery in to see if it ticks? Yeah, Sonia did all the different colours in her hair, but she couldn't keep it up, yeah. It's really expensive. I used to have 3 colours put in my hair when I could afford to go to the hairdressers. But then you're talking £70 a go, to go to the hairdressers. It's just like ridiculous. So when I was on a pension and I had to cut back, that was one thing that had to go, was my hair. So sadly I dye it myself now, that's why it's all falling out. I found my heated curlers today, but unfortunately I brought the wrong set. I threw away heated curlers, but I must have brought the wrong kind of stabber things to go on them. They're too small. So I need to get another pack, but I need to get bigger ones. These are too tight. Well, hello, Ben. How are you? You were just saying you were late. My hair's gone all weedy, very thin. It's because I bleach it. I'm not too bad, not too bad. We keep on ticking, don't we? Well, I used to have long hair, but now it won't grow. It just breaks off because I bleach it. I've over bleached it. I've never had thick hair. I've never been blessed with a good head of hair. Yeah, I kept my heated curlers, but I've crossed over the, the things that stick in. I put them in okay, but I couldn't get them out again. No, it's not got dormer windows, no. It's just got a window at the front and a window at the back. It's not got any dormers on them. They're so expensive to have them done, Nathan. It's like having a re-roof. I'd love to have thicker hair, but probably if I had thicker hair, I wouldn't want thicker hair, would I? I had a friend and her hair was so thick. It was, my mother's hair was. Up until her mother being really, really ill towards the end, she had the thickest hair imaginable. And when she knew she was dying, she used to say, I'll leave you this jewellery, I'll leave you that jewellery. I said, no, leave me your hair, mother. I want your hair. How come I got Dad's hair, thin, weedy hair? Look at that, it's like a baby fine hair. Never had a good head of hair. Well, I don't know what colour mine is, Kaz. I've dyed it so often, but I've got this really big tide mark now. I need to do something about it. But I can't dye it, just the roots when I'm myself. I have to dye all of it, and then all the bits at the bottom just start breaking off because I've over dyed it. We'll have to see. I keep hoping my niece will call because she's allowed to come very shortly. She does my hair. I wouldn't mind, Kaz, if it was a nice shade of grey, but if it is grey, it's a horrible dark grey. Although my niece swears it's still brown. She can see the roots, I really can't. I try not to look at my roots. I never had blonde hair until probably about 20 years ago. I suddenly decided I wanted to go blonde. I'd love to have silver grey hair, Kaz. Absolutely love it. But I don't like that dark grey salt and pepper. I think that's very aging. When is the lockdown end? I think it's about the end of April, middle of April. From this weekend, you're allowed to have people in your garden outdoors. But to actually come into your house, I think it's the end of April. I tried to grow mine out about a couple of years back, but it was just so dark. Oh, I'd love silver hair or white hair. I would love that. Absolutely, I'd love to go white, yeah. My sister-in-law is white. She went white quite early on, but she was a redhead. And they do say that redheads lose their colour quite quickly. My mother stayed dark until she was well in her 70s. So I think I'm following the tradition. And my brother, he just about started going grey when he passed away. And he was, I think, it's 4 years ago since he passed away. He would have been almost 80. And he was just starting to go grey. Some people don't, do they? I hate it when people dye their hair black, though. You know, when they're old and they should be white, and they dye their hair black. I think it looks really silly because they have this white line going down the centre of the head. But it looks phony, doesn't it, when they dye it? If they dyed it a darker brown, it probably would be nice. But if they dye it black, I think it's really harsh. You know, you have to have the right colouring, complexion. I dyed my hair black one time. I'd only be I'd be a teenager, I think. My mother went crazy. And it looked awful. And it had to grow out because it was one of those permanent ones, yeah. I think it looks awful when they dye the hair black, unless you got black hair. When you get older like me, your complexion changes. I mean, I don't suit brown hair. My niece got me to dye my hair brown once, and I couldn't stand it. I looked in the mirror and I looked ill. I just could not get used to it. Yeah, some old ladies, though, they might have been black-haired when they were a teenager or in their 20s. But when they get to their 70s and they dye it black, it just does not look right at all. Right, you're checking on your ribs. Okay, have you done enough for all of us, Shad? Yeah. Hi, Julianne. Yeah, I'm doing very well. My daughter-in-law, I know she'll probably dye her hair, but at the moment it's growing out and she's got the most fantastic silver grey hair. And I keep saying to her, why do you dye it? I'd kill for that colour of hair. And she goes, well, I don't like it. And I know she'll dye it. I know she'll do it a different colour. If I had her hair colour, I wouldn't dye it at all. It's a beautiful colour of hair. It's very pale silver grey. I'd absolutely love that colour. It took you 6 hours, has it, to barbecue it? I think my natural colour used to be mousy brown. Yeah, mouse brown. I think a lot of women have got mouse brown hair. My mother used to say that. Janet's got such scrappy hair and it's so mousy coloured. I tried to dye my hair silver fox and it didn't work. It came out like this revolting bluey grey colour, like Mrs. Slocum, you know, out of How You Being Served. Yeah. I think when you get my age, you have to be careful, you know, about dyeing it some ridiculous colour. Because it doesn't look right, does it? The young ones get away with dyeing it blue, purple, green. When you get to my age, it kind of smacks a bit of like, aren't you trying too hard, you know? Was he in single crochet for a while? Is that what you're saying, Sandra? Yeah, but she's young enough, isn't she, Michelle, to dye her hair all different colours. You know, it's when you get to my age, people who dye their hair red, green, pink, they look silly. I think at my age, they look silly. It smacks of the old blue rinse, doesn't it, like Mrs. Slocum, yeah? Oh, that sounds interesting, Kaz. You used to have to do your DNA one day and see where your origins come from, like they do on that telly programme. They try to match your DNA, don't they, with wherever you come from. According to my DNA, I've got bits of all sorts in me. But I did know I was English, basically English, Welsh, Scottish, Irish. But I'm really surprised I've got no French in me. Yeah, I can't do my family tree past my grandma on my mum's side. Yeah. You can do your DNA though, Kaz. You know, they try and match your DNA up with somebody in the all over the world. You know, you could find you got third or fourth cousins who might give you a clue as to what nationality your dad was, yeah. Yeah, I just look typically British, whatever it is. I'm just a mix up of everything. I don't think I've got any Welsh in me. I've got English, Scots, and Irish. But the French rumours said that my family comes from, well, they're not French actually, they're Flemish. But my DNA didn't show any of that up. Hey, Miguel, how are you doing? I've told everybody you pop a poll. Then Jill came in and told us. You got your phone charged up, have you ready? Just so to say hi to everybody. You've been missed, Miguel. Everybody's missed you. Saying get well soon. Once your antibiotics kick in, you'll be feeling a lot better. Marvellous drugs, them things. I have a cousin who looks very Cypriot. When he was stationed over there in Cyprus, when he was in the RAF, everybody thought he was a Cypriot, yeah. Oh, you're going to another hospital? You're going for a round trip? You're going for a circular tour, going for a scenic drive. I think he's looking at the picture that you've got on your profile. I can't see it. It's a little teeny weeny picture. I can never get the pictures to come any bigger. Well, you all know what I look like. You don't need a Facebook picture, do you? When you used to click on the name on here, it used to take you to a profile, but now it doesn't do that. Yeah, I won't be staying on here for hours and hours and hours because I'm absolutely tired. And I've got to get up tomorrow to go shopping to get some bits and pieces, to put my clothes in, to put them in the wardrobe. Get some, proper things to go under the bed storage. The kitchen is coming along. It needs its splashback and it needs the cooker hood. But we can't put the baseboards in until the flooring's gone down, which will be in a couple of weeks. But it's getting there. The kitchen's getting there. Almost ready. The kitchen's not my domain. I go in and make breakfast and make a drink, and that's about it. I don't cook dinners. No, not a cook. Well, I'm hoping that B&M isn't tomorrow because I need to get a load of stuff. So I'm hoping that they're not. Yeah. And my stupid banks put a limit on how much I can spend in any one day, which is daft, really, because it's my money. So when I want to pay a tradesman a bill, yeah, I've got to do it in two halves sometimes over 2 different days. I'm really cross with them. They shouldn't do things like that. No, my shed's not arrived yet, Michelle. Still waiting. Do I watch Lost in the Pond? No. I'm not a fisherman, as you know, Shad. Right, bye, Miguel. You look after yourself, and let's all say, hope that the antibiotics do the job. No, they just suddenly decided that to put a limit on how much money I can transfer in any one day. I mean, it's okay. Normally, I wouldn't even be spending that amount of money in one day, normally. But when you're having a lot of big work done in the house, it soon mounts up, doesn't it, I mean, what I'm having to do is my daughter-in-law pays the bill and then I pay her in instalments. Not because I want to pay her in instalments, but because I have to pay her in instalments. There's a little teeny weeny picture of you on here, Kaz, but if I click on it, nothing happens. It doesn't go any bigger. They might do, Michelle, but I've got fed up with my bank. I went to get some cash out. And they're like, have you got ID? No, I haven't got any ID. Got a bus pass. Yeah. No, we can't take that. Why not? My other bank used to. You got a passport? Yeah, but it's out of date. You got anything else? Have you got a driver's license? No, I don't drive. Oh, the rigmarole. Anyway, they had the nerve to send me a questionnaire. What did I think of the service? Well, they asked the wrong person. So I told them exactly what I thought of the service. So I can't even get my own damn money out. Yeah, I said to him, I've never been so insulted in my life. I said, I held the queue up. I said, I got it money a bit quicker if I'd have gone in with a blooming mask. Good evening, Mr. Marsh. You just missed Michelle. Miguel, he's in hospital. Having antibiotics. Well, we're very grateful for you. Happy Easter, Mr. Marsh. I hope you've got your Easter eggs for the kids. Yeah, he's in hospital. Not sure what's going on. I'm sure he'll fill us in. But he's on an antibiotic drip. No, I've never changed banks, no. I'm very excited for Easter eggs. I can remember. Yeah, I had an expired passport. They said we can't take it. I said, well, obviously they knew who I was when I got my passport. Yeah. No, his arm isn't broken. It's from the surgery he had before. What British traditions we do at Easter? We eat fish on Good Friday. Can't think of anything else apart from going to church. Not quite sure what the Easter eggs are. His arm's broken. Jill didn't say that. She just said it was from his operation. Oh, the Easter bonnet parade, yeah. I used to hate that every year. Making Easter bonnets for a boy. It's easy to make an Easter bonnet for a little girl. Yeah, they're transferring him across. I didn't think he broke his arm, though, Michelle. I thought it was just the same thing he'd had done before. It's been a long time since I had an Easter bonnet, Cass. We're trying to make Aldi versus Morrison's hot cross. I don't like all these different flavoured hot cross buns. Oh, it's something they've just found. What the heck's he been doing? Obviously something he shouldn't if he's broken his arm. I just like, but they're not as spicy as they used to be. When I used to buy them, oh God, donkeys years ago from the bakers, they used to be really, really spicy. It popped in his sleep. It must be his shoulder you're talking about, Michelle. I can't see it being his arm that's broken. It must be his shoulder. His shoulder's probably popped out, dislocated itself. But he will do too much. He will. He's his own worst enemy. He does too much. I keep telling him he's supposed to rest. You're not supposed to do all this, that, and the other. But will he listen to me? No, he won't. I suppose he's like a lot of guys. He doesn't like doing as he's told. Hospital tell him not to do this, that, and the other. What does he do? He goes and does it. Oh, I feel all right. I feel okay. There's a reason why you don't do it, yeah? His arm's broke. What the hell's he done? Sure you don't break your arm in your sleep. We'll find out eventually, Michelle. Yeah, you're right there, Kaz, yeah. No, they won't let anybody go see him. Hospitals are the same over here. You can't go and see anybody. You can't even wave to him through the window. I feel sorry for people with dementia in that, not knowing why people don't visit them because they can't remember. My ex-next door neighbour, his mum's, she's got dementia and she's in a nursing home and she doesn't understand why nobody comes to see her. We had fish today, just to be difficult. Yeah, we didn't have fish yesterday. Our local fish and chip shop said to my son, do you want fish on Friday? He said, I don't think we want fish this Friday. He said, oh, only we're taking orders. He said, it's going to be orders only. He said, because everybody eats fish around here on Friday. What have I been doing today? I've been putting clothes in wardrobes and deciding I've still got too many clothes. So I'm going to have to get stuff in for the charity shop. My daughter-in-law said, well, why did you still hang it up? And I said, well, I just hung it up and I'll make a decision now it's hung up, yeah. But you don't know what hospital he's going to be in, Michelle, if they're going to transfer and you could go along to the wrong hospital. All right, Amanda, yeah, you have a nice time and happy Easter to you. I'm not staying on late tonight, actually, because I'm so tired. The fire's now gone out, so. Yeah, I put mine in the local chat. It really bugged me when I had to put things in down the tip when all the charity shops were closed when I was moving. I think that's why I brought more things than what I need, because I was determined I wasn't going to put any more things down the tip. Yeah, there used to be shoe bins when I was in Prestwich, but they stopped them because people kept diving in to see what was in there and getting stuck in the bin, and so they stopped putting the bins there. But they were very handy. You could sling all your old shoes in there. Yeah, they stopped doing the clothing ones as well because people were making such a mess. They were not putting them in the bin properly and making a sort of mess everywhere. Oh dear, Ruth, don't tell me things like that. I've got to have my second one very soon. I was fine with my first one, so I've just got my fingers crossed the second one will go just as good. I don't think we've got a local air ambulance, place here. I don't know what charity shops we've got here, who they support or whatever, because I haven't really been able to go out and have a look. I know there's a few charity shops, but I don't know who they are. Hi, Steve. Relics and stack stones. Do you knit or do you crochet or what do you do? Because I don't actually recognise you or know your name. So I'm just wondering what it is you do. Because primarily this is a crafting channel. Same with you, Fernley. Lou at Fernley. Do you knit? Do you crochet? Do you craft? What do you do? Yeah, a lot of new names. You're a metal detectorist and a graphic designer. You tie flies for fishing. Well, you should be all right then with shad. Yeah. All right, Trev. Thank you very much. Oh, lovely. Trevor is in the house sending people over. That's why we don't know them. Welcome, welcome anyway, Lou at Fernley, and welcome, Relics and Stack Stones. Yeah. You're learning to crochet, are you, Lou? Yeah, well, you're in the right area. I'm so glad that Trevor sent you over, yeah. Yes, our Trevor's in the house. I was watching canals today, actually. I was watching, are they called Foxes Afloat? You might know them, Trevor. We've got a beautiful barge or whatever you want to call it, canal boat. And they were saying a lot of the canals are closed up here, so they were a bit limited as where they could actually go. Yeah, you know them, do you? Yeah, yeah. I love their boat, isn't it gorgeous? It's really swish. Yeah, they were going through all the locks today where I was. Oh, sorry, my knee was locked. Yeah, ain't it lovely though? Mind, it's their home, and I suppose they can spend a lot. Hello, Dean. Oh, I think he's going to sleep. Press any key to cancel. There we go. Yeah, I've not been on board one. I've only ever seen the barges that my mum used to have a caravan right next to a canal. But these were barges, just weekend barges or anything like that. But yeah, we used to like watching them sail by. But as I said, they were weekend only. Nobody lived on them, I don't think. They just holidayed on them. What, rats? Oh, God, no, don't mention rats. Don't want them. I had enough of that mouse. Oh. Thankfully, touch wood, it was a lone mouse. Not seen anything since. Did you ever find Mickey? No, I don't know whether it was Minnie or a Mickey. I didn't look. Mia Craft is your wife. Do you know, I read that as Minecraft, Dean. It's all right, my eyes are getting old. And I thought, Minecraft? Is your wife? I was going a bit, oh, what? Right, Trevor's disappeared. We can talk about him now, people. Yeah. When anybody says we'd be right back, we say we're going to talk about them. We don't really, but we say we are. Yeah. Oh, Jill's put a picture on a puppy. Oh, how lovely. I'll have a look later, Kaz. So many beautiful dogs that live around here. Everybody's got a dog or two. Some beautiful puppies. Who does the best chocolate for Easter? I would say my favourite chocolate is probably Lindt. Lindt. Lindt, is it called? Any kind of Swiss chocolate. Mm. I used to love Thornton's as well, Thornton's chocolate. You can imagine trying to order an Easter egg by post now, whereas you can't get them from the shops because they closed them down. They all smashed into a million pieces by the time it got to you, wouldn't it? I love Thornton's, like the handmade chocolates. Oh, lovely. Yeah, the price of the postage, but not only that, and it would be all smashed up when it got here. You know what Royal Mail's like? An Easter egg, an Easter egg. Oh, no. I know when I was selling my magazines off, it cost me about £1 odd to post one. Yeah. Oh, good night, Rebecca. Thank you. You enjoy your Easter as well. Yeah, I like Lindt. But I do like, I say Thornton's, I do like Thornton's. Handmade. What the supermarkets sell there. I know they sell the toffee, don't they? Thornton's toffee. Hi, Mia Craft. Yeah, I'm not at my best today. I must admit, you new people are coming in because I'm a bit tired today. I got up very early and I've been putting clothes in the wardrobe all day because I say just moved. We moved in December, but we're only just getting around to getting wardrobes fitted and stuff. So I'm a bit tired, yeah. The garage clear out, most of it went to friends. All of my oddments went to a friend who shared them out with her knitting group, and they were making blankets for premature babies, and they were making lap gowns for anybody elderly. All the machine cones went to a friend of mine. She took them all. She came up and took them all away. So that's what happened to my garage clear out. And the wool I had in my stash room, I sort of more or less divided it in half. And so I've only got a half of what I had in, well, less than a half, because I've got no oddments whatsoever anymore now, yeah. What, Martin Zero, is it? Yeah, the one who goes down. Cars, it was very, very difficult decision, but I couldn't bring it. There was no way I could have brought it. I would have needed a shed the size of my house to have brought it with me. I had so much. So I'll just have to fit in what I brought with me. I brought plenty, believe me, Kaz. It'll take a lot of grocery, what I brought with me. It's probably much bigger than most people's stashes, even though I've only got half of what I had in the first place. A friend of mine who's moved down from Scotland, she's come to live in Heysham, near Markham. So I've told her to come and, once she can legally do so, to come and have a nosy in my shed when I get my shed. Touchy subject, my shed. For those of you who don't know, we ordered a shed in December and we're still waiting for it to be arriving. Do I miss it? Yes, I miss my stash, even just looking at it. I used to, bring me joy. Yeah. I didn't sell any of my yarn, Michelle. I just gave it away to friends. Other people were asking for it, but I mean, I'm not being funny, but they weren't my friends. And I didn't know what they were going to do with it. And like loads of people in America, oh, send it me. I said, I can't afford it. So, even though I was to donate, they were all good causes. They were all going to use it for charity, of course. And I said, I can't afford to donate it to you. I said, I can't afford the postage to send it to you, even if I wanted to. The same some friends do, in this country. I just couldn't afford the postage to post it off to them. I said, if you can pick it up, that's fine. You can have some. Yeah, the friend who had the machine gun, she drove all the way up and filled her car up. Oh, I never thought I could get rid of mine, Kaz. It broke my heart getting rid of some of it. But I just had to. I could not have brought it with me. When I unpack it all and I do a video and show you, there'll still be oodles and doodles and stuff. Yeah. So, but I'm not going to. I've not ordered any. Well, I'm telling a lie. I have ordered some since I was here. Hi there again, Trev. I did order some because I had to order some baby yarn because I was knitting baby things. And I had to order some grey because I made myself a cardigan. But apart from that, no, I've not been. Did I clear? Oh gosh, did I clear everything? Cleared about half of my wardrobe. I cleared so much. My furniture all went and everything. He did, but when we looked into it, Nathan, if we'd have ordered it from another firm, we would have had to wait another couple of months. So, it would be like shooting ourselves in the foot. Do I feel lighter because of it? No, I don't get any of this pleasure that this woman who does all this clear out says I should be feeling. No. I don't feel lighter. I don't feel better. No, I don't feel anything. I just feel regret and mourning it like it's a loss. I was so attached to it, yeah. No, these people who say, free yourself up, get rid of all of this. And I'm like, no, I don't feel free. I don't feel better. I gave up all of my furniture. I brought none of my furniture with me. I've had to start from scratch with all of that. I mean, it broke my heart to part with my mum's units. The big units I had, broke my heart to leave them. But I couldn't bring them, there was no room. That's the only regrets I've got, is I regret losing a lot of stuff and having to give a lot of things away. That I really do miss and regret that. It's all right saying you can buy new, but it's not the same. Hi, Tammy. I don't want new. I want what I had, but I can't have it. Yes, selling my aunt's sewing machine that had been in the family for 80 years, yeah. That was heartbreaking. It was a family heirloom. Selling my knitting machines because I couldn't bring them. I didn't use them, but I still didn't like selling them. And the woman who bought them, I know she hasn't got a clue how to use it. Do I regret moving? At times, Nathan. I can't say that I don't. But I couldn't carry on living there. I just couldn't. I would have done myself a mischief. I would have fallen down the stairs or something. But do I miss? Yeah, I do miss where I was living before. Maybe I'll get used to it once I've settled. Once I can get out and about, once I can do things. We moved at the wrong time. We moved at lockdown where we can't go in the shops, we can't do anything. We can't make friends. Oh, the stairs. I had to go up the stairs here the other day. We've had all these things done upstairs. And come and have a look, come and have a look. Oh my God. I was like crawling up the stairs on all fours. I thought, oh, I couldn't do these stairs. I do, Kaz. I feel as though the rug's been ripped from underneath me. I know it's for the better, but I'm still getting used to it, yeah. I know it is better for me to be around people rather than be on my own and falling all the time, which I was doing. You're off up to bed. So we finish the sentence for you, Mia. Yeah, I'll be going to bed very soon. I'm tired, absolutely tired. Normally I stay on a lot longer, but I'm really tired tonight. Yeah, you're off to bed. That's what I thought you were going to say. Happy Easter to you, Mia, as well. And to Dean. It wasn't conducive to a stair lift. The stairs went up and then round a corner, and it would have gone across the bathroom door because you have to like land where it's flat. It just wasn't the right shape, my house. I did inquire about a stair lift, but it wasn't the right shape, my stairs. I could have probably gone up as far as the first landing, but then I still would have had 3 steps to go up to the other landing, yeah. Yeah, they only work really on straight stairs or on stairs that go around a bend where there's a wall where it stops, not a door. Oh gosh, can you imagine how much they would cost, Chris, to have one of those? Yeah, I'm living downstairs now. It's a 4-bedroomed bungalow. So the upstairs 2 bedrooms, one's a lounge, one's a bedroom, and then there's a bathroom upstairs. That's my son and daughter-in-law's quarters, if you know what I mean. Down here, this is my lounge, and I'll have my bedroom. The other bedroom will be the dining room, and then we're having a conservatory built on the other side of that. So we'll share the downstairs, if you know what I mean, but we each have our own spaces, yeah. But this is my lounge. I'm decorating it my way. We've got an awful lot of grey in this house. And they're going, pale grey would look lovely. I thought, no. Yeah. Do not want grey. No grey. Look, that's not my sofa. That's grey. But it's not my sofa. That wall there is grey, but it's going. Oh, it will be, definitely. Picture on the front of the bungalow? No, not yet. No. When it's finished, I'll show you around it when it's finished. Yeah. Yeah, and here's going to be, it's a navy blue carpet and it's having teal curtains, teal wall. I've got, it's more like a royal blue, my corner sofa. And it will be white, the other bit of it, and these units, when they get put together, I don't know whether you can see them. They're from IKEA, but they're not put together at the moment. I'm having those kind of units. Oh, my YouTube channel is in the doldrums at the moment. Trev, I need to restart everything. A graphic designer. What's one of them? What's a graphic designer? Trev, I'm old. I'm old, love. You know I'm old. Yeah, I'm so glad I'm down on the ground now. I've not fallen much. I've only fallen twice, I think, 3 times since I've been here, as opposed to every other week when I lived at home, because I was always... And I didn't actually fall down the stairs, but I was always afraid. He's done your banners and your logo and your thumbnail. I'll have to have a look at that later. Someone I could have done with somebody to organise my house space. Man, I couldn't do with that woman who tells you to throw everything away if you've not worn it for 6 months. I shall remember that when I start up my YouTube channel again. My thumb. I've got BRCA something or other with my thumbs. In other words, I've got little short thumbs that look like toes. It's called brachycardia or something or other. But it's sore at the moment. It's really sore thumb. Probably because I've been banging it and knocking it about while I've been putting stuff in the wardrobe. Oh, I tell you what, my wardrobe, I've had one of those where you pull it down and put things on it and then you push it up. Tell you what, I'm going to be like that, Hulk, trying to push it up again. Probably got too much on the rail, come to think about it, but you have to be Hulk to push it back up again. It comes down easy enough. Pushing it back up again, oh boy. There must be something easier. There must be an easier way. No, Trev, it hasn't come yet. The man was supposed to tell us on Friday when he was coming, and we've not heard from him. I'm beginning to think this is a figment of my imagination, this shed. We've thought about cancelling it and getting another one, but linear actuator, make it motorised. Oh my God, Chris. That sounds highly, whatever, expensive. Yeah, I can't push it up. It's not the shed. The shed's arrived 3 weeks ago at the base where we ordered it from. It's the bloke who does the base that's being the awkward one. We need a base to put the shed on, obviously, yeah. The shed base, I'm not sure what the shed base is made of, but it's got to be done and it's got to be levelled and it's got to be, oh dear. It's got to be stable, otherwise you can't put the shed up. It's hard to let things go though when you've been attached to things for so long. A lot of material, possessions didn't bother me. But it did bother me leaving, heirlooms, stuff like that. They bother me, leaving things that were my mum's and stuff. I don't mean I'm keeping them because they're mum's. I'm keeping them because I think it's probably concrete, Ruth. I'm not too sure. I know we've been waiting for this guy coming for blooming weeks now. I think they concrete the base and then they put the wooden shed on top of the concrete base, as far as I know. Who am I? I don't know anything about sheds. But I know we're waiting for the base to be made, so it sounds like it's concrete. Because you can't just put a shed up willy-nilly here. Slabs? No, it's not slabs. I think it's concrete. We put the last one on slabs, and the slabs moved, and the shed went shunted. The last shed I had, it shunted sideways. And there was nothing wrong with the shed. It was the slabs that had moved. At least this garden now is level and it's drained, so we're not going to have any problem with water anymore. I mean, if we'd have put a shed on it as it was before, it would have floated away. It was that wet, the garden. Wringing wet through. It's a wonder they didn't grow rice in a paddy field instead of a lawn. It was sopping. Can't wait until over 10 above. 10 above freeze. Well, I'm hoping it's not going to be freeze. It's nice and warm here at the moment, Ruth. So I'm hoping it's not going to be cold. I know they said it's going to be cold on Monday, didn't they? They said it was going to snow, and then they've changed their mind and said it's going to rain. And then they said it was going to be thunderstorms, and then changed their mind again. So I don't think my weather forecast hasn't got any snow. By the time I get it up, I think I'll have another birthday later, the way things are going on. And my birthday's not till November, so I think I'll be another year older before this shed arrives. Yeah. I told you I'm going to fly a flag on this bungalow when that shed arrives. I'll be going, yippee! The neighbours will be wondering why I'm so excited running up, well, not running up and down, can't do that. Why I'm going up and down the street on my scooter going, yeah, we shed's arrived, yeah. And then I'll be thinking, that stupid woman, who is she? The one that lives at number 9, who's a bit potty. There's newcomers that's coming. They don't know me yet. They don't know I'm a bit eccentric yet. My wardrobe's arrived, though. I've got my eccentric clothes coming and getting. All my long dresses and stuff that's been all packed away that I didn't bring. Well, I brought, but they were packed away. I can be eccentric again. Got all my big underskirts, all my dresses. Oh, you've got to have a license round here. They're a bit funny. You can't just go and fish wherever you want. They've got little numbers all up and down the seafront. You get allocated a number, apparently. You can't just go out when you feel like it. I suppose you could if you had a boat, yeah. Fishing has never been my thing. I haven't got the patience for it, Trevor. Any excuse for a party, yeah. I've not had a party since I was... How old would I be? 40, I think. 40 was the last party I had. I haven't got the patience, Shad. If I cast my line in and nothing jumps on the end of it, I'd be bored. I used to love to dance. That's what I miss the most of all. Yeah. I'm going to try and get when I can get to my GP, I'm going to try and see if I can get my hip done. It's been really bad this last week. Really bad. I don't usually moan about my health, but my hip was driving me nuts. Kept me from sleep. And anything keeps me from sleeping. That. Oh, I didn't dance at my son's wedding. I couldn't. I wished I could have done. I would have loved to have danced. Yeah. I loved to dance. I used to do belly dancing. I did ballet dancing when I was a little. And then I went to do belly dancing. When my back first started to be bad, somebody said if you do belly dancing, it strengthens your core muscles. And I must admit, I did enjoy doing it until my back pain got too much. Yeah. I was having a bit of not an argument with a friend of mine. She was going on about these, pain management classes and how you could use distraction and stuff like that. And she said I had a negative way of thinking because I said it doesn't work. I've been to these so-called take your mind off it. They act like it's all in your head, which I suppose it is in a way, your pain. But they make you think that you do lally, and the only reason why you're in pain is because you do lally, and that you don't really have pain. And I'm like, hey, no, it doesn't work. And she said, it's because you've got a negative way of thinking. That's why it's not working for you. I thought, no, when you're in so much pain, you want to bang your head against the wall just to give yourself a headache so you can think about something else. That, yeah. Yeah. Hello, Anna. Hello there. Yeah, I want to know. It's like when I was in labour with my son, this mum was saying, stop screaming or something, it doesn't hurt. Back in the day, don't forget, we didn't have these things like you do these days where you have painkilling injections and God knows what. It was more or less gas and air and get on with it. And she kept saying to me, keep, push it, it doesn't hurt. I said, have you had any babies? And she said, no. I said, well, don't tell me it doesn't hurt then if you don't have a baby. You don't know what it's like. How can you do it? So people who tell me, oh, yeah, bad back and all that, there are bad backs and there are bad backs. Yeah. Big difference. Yeah. So, and I got into a real sort of, well, not an argument with her, but, she's telling me that pain management clinics would be the answer. She said, you learn why you've got pain and you learn how to do distraction methods to cope with this pain. I've been coping with this pain for about 30 years. Don't you think I've tried every distraction method in the book? The only distraction method I can find is lay back in my recliner and crochet. That works. Yeah. I mean, there's different kinds of. I've got a really high tolerance for pain. I really do. I've had injections put in my hips and my backs, and they've actually said, to me, wow, you've not flinched, you've not done anything. We've never known anybody take, a big injection and not flinch, and you just didn't. And I said, well, I'm just used to pain. Just carry on, just inject me and have done with it. Yeah. You taught to dance at Fred Astaire Studios. I had a friend who used to teach ballroom dancing. She was really, really good at it. Yeah, I've lost touch with her, unfortunately. She's one of my good school friends as well. But she got married. I went to her wedding. She got married. Then she went to live in Tenerife. So I don't know where she is now. We did briefly get in touch through Facebook, but ended it. Oh, I've tried doing exercises, bend this way, bend that way, do this. They don't work. And I refuse to take drugs. I will not get drugged up to death. I probably could. Probably could get rid of the pain if I drugged myself up, took morphine, God knows what, but I won't. I don't like what the drugs do. They upset my stomach, they fog my brain. Yeah. Well, I've got neuropathy as well, so I don't know when I'm treading. Oh, the pain from the injection was nothing, even though they stuck a big needle like right into my hip, and they stuck another one into my back, and it was like, wow, wonderful. But now they don't do them anymore. They say, oh, we found out they didn't work in the long run. Hang on a minute. I was having the injection and they did work, yeah. Can I have one, please? No. I think the government, I think it's the NHS run out of funding or something. Sue managed to get one. She got one, but she's in Scotland. And it's a different NHS system, yeah. Oh, yeah, that was the other thing we were arguing about. She said, do Tai Chi. Yeah, sure. I'll do Tai Chi. Where do I go to do Tai Chi? There's none round here. Yeah. I used to do yoga before all this started, Shad. I used to enjoy doing yoga. Yeah, I've been to the Stop the Pain clinic. I've been twice. Once, many years ago, they actually sent me to see a psychotherapist. More or less telling me my pain was in my head. And after 6 months of seeing a psychotherapist, I was no different. I wouldn't have minded doing a bit of Tai Chi. If we'd have moved to Knott End, they did a bit of Tai Chi, but it was in the car park. But the problem with that is I can't stand up to do Tai Chi. If I stand up, I fall over. I've got no balance because I've got, neuropathy in my feet. The best thing I did was water aerobics, and the pool here is opening again very soon. So I'm hoping that they do a water aerobics class, because if they do, I'm going to join. Because I can do exercises underwater. It's marvellous, yeah. You did a pain management course. Did it do any good for you, Nathan? Did you get anything from it? Because apparently I'm a numbskull because I didn't, yeah. Yeah, I've got rods and pins in my spine, Lydia. I've had a knee replacement and I need a hip replacement and I need the other knee replacement. So it's not like it's psychosomatic, my back pain. Yeah, I did a load of classes, sat down, it was great. But they cancelled the class, lack of funding. Yeah, but did it help you at all, Nathan? Yeah, exactly, Denise. It was blooming helpful to me, my injection. I wasn't saying I was pain-free, but the pain was tolerable, and I had about 6 months of being tolerable pain, and it was great. But then when I said I'm overdue my injection, oh, we're not doing them anymore. Nobody told me. Never wrote and said, we're not doing them anymore. It was just when I inquired, they said, no, we're not doing them anymore. What did you get out of it, Nathan? Pacing. What kind of pacing? She was trying to tell me that you rest when you have to rest, And you do things when you can do things, but what happens if you have to rest because you can't do anything? It took me forever to fill the wardrobe up because I had to keep sitting on my little perching stool. Every time I stood up and put about 3 things on the rail, my back just went, and I had to sit down until it went again. Yeah. Yeah, I liked water aerobics. I really want to join again. Housework, what's that? Oh, God, yeah. It used to take me all day to hoover one room in the house because I had to keep sitting down. My back goes into a massive, great spasm and I can't move, yeah. Yeah, well, I was told they weren't doing them anymore because they weren't doing any good in the long run. Funnily enough, I can't swim anymore since I had my spinal operation. My centre of balance is gone. I went to Skiathos and went in the sea, and the lad who was getting married there, I used to babysit him. So he says, "Can you swim?" And I went, "Yeah, of course I can swim." And I went in the sea, and I was like one of those nodding dolls. Every time I went like that, I used to put my head under the water. He said, "I thought you said you could swim." And it was like my centre of gravity, I don't know what it was. It's gone. I can't stay afloat. I can't swim. I go down like that with my head. I'd like to know if I could swim in the swimming baths. I couldn't swim in the sea at all. Couldn't do it. Yeah. I used to work with a girl who had cerebral palsy. She was on the switchboard. But then they did away with the switchboard. They said that we've all got to answer the phones. Cost-cutting. She was great because she used to answer the phone and take messages down if somebody was busy at their desk. And it wasn't a vital thing. She used to take a message down and then take the message to the person, and then they would phone this person back again. But no, in their infinite wisdom, the DWP decided it was cost-cutting and we didn't need a receptionist. I mean, when you've got a staff of about 40 people, one person can't keep answering we were supposed to answer the phone, but we never had any downtime. And they said, don't answer the phone if you've got a customer in front of you because it's rude. So in other words, and then if you didn't answer the phone when so many rings, you got penalised because, it could have been the mystery caller. You had to answer it within so many rings. But so how can you answer it within so many rings if they're telling you it's rude to answer the phone when you've got a customer? Yeah. Huh? That's why we needed a receptionist, but I wouldn't mind, but she was being funded by, some disabled thing or other. Her wage was being paid by them and not by us. So I don't know why they told us we couldn't have her, yeah. Oh God, yes, Shad, they put enough stuff in them pools to kill a horse. Oh, Nathan, you just have to wear a one piece. I mean, I'm not. I'm not got a beautiful figure, as you can all tell. I mean, blow it on. I just put my swimsuit on. I've got entitled to get in the bath as much as anybody else. If I'm the biggest thing there, then I don't care. When I was doing water aerobics, there was an Asian lady in there, and she had, talk about covered up, wasn't in it. She had like long leggings on that come down to her ankles and this long thing on with sleeves in. So I wonder she wasn't waterlogged. I know they like to cover up, but blimey. So I wonder she didn't drown. Well, the weight of the water and all the garments, yeah. Yeah, that's what they told me. They said that I could get germs or something building up on my, the plate they put on my back. And I thought, if it's titanium, I didn't think germs grew on titanium. Oh, I used to be self-conscious about being big, yeah. But as I've got older, thankfully, I'm not as bothered about the way I look. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't go out looking like a mess. I would always make sure I'd comb my hair and I had something clean on. I wouldn't, I've got enough pride in myself not to go out looking like a tramp. But I mean, apart from that, if I'm big, I'm just big, and that's just tough bunnies, isn't it? If anybody wants to stare at me, then they can stare. I mean, at one time it was like, oh, I have to breathe my tummy and I can't go out because my bottom's big in this and that. Don't care. If your bottom looks big in it, buy something a bigger size. Yeah. I wear baggy things. I don't wear anything like that. I used to always have to do my hair, put my makeup on and everything. Now I forego the makeup, put the makeup on for tonight, but during the day, so long as I'm clean and I'm tidy and I've combed my hair and put it in a clip, got some clean clothes on, I don't bother. I wouldn't wander out the house looking scruffy in like tracksuit bottoms or something like that, because that just isn't me. All the dye would come out. You'd be popular, wouldn't you, at the swimming baths? Big streak of blue behind you. I always try to look smart, but smart is different than looking what I call dull. That's good, Lydia, yeah. My friend had a little boy who was very visually impaired, very, very, and he had to wear these really big, thick glasses on. And when they played hide and seek, he used to take his glasses off because he used to figure that if he couldn't see anybody, they couldn't see him. So cute. Yeah, she had to keep telling him, no, you've got to hide, You've got to go behind a curtain, you've got to go behind the sofa, you've got to actually hide, not just take your glasses off and put them in your pocket. I also had a friend whose son was really badly deaf, handicapped with deaf. And she used to wear a thing round her neck like this with like a microphone on it. And it was the only way that she could get him to hear, was she used to yell down this microphone. But one day she went next door for a cup of coffee and forgot to turn her mic off. And he was sitting at home listening to all the gossip that two ladies were talking about. You know what two ladies like when they get going? And he was at home going, ooh, 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 listening to it all. Yeah. She said she didn't realise that she had still had her mic switched on. But he had a habit of taking his earpieces out when he was little. So she used to shout him and shout him. But she said before she gave him a sort of a little slap for ignoring her, she had to check that he was plugged in. All right, we'll see you next week, Shad. Yeah, bye now. You enjoy your barbecue. Yeah, he needs one of those stripy swimsuits, doesn't he, with legs in. My traumatic experience, Lydia, was when I was about 17. A guy came walking out of the sea wearing white swimming trunks, and the sea had made them absolutely transparent. And he obviously didn't know because he was striding up the beach, happy as can be. And I was like 17, looking at his manhood all, oh, never quite the same after that. Hi, Trish. Yeah, Shad's just left the room. Yes, he has. He's just gone to see to his barbecue. Now, the worst of all was when we went to Tenerife. There were some Germans on the beach with us, and they just take everything off and get dried. They don't hide behind a towel or anything. They just strip off the swimsuits. I mean, I'm not talking young, gorgeous women or anything with lovely figures. I'm talking about, middle-aged women that are, yeah. Was he hot? I can't remember. I was too shocked. Yeah, but the Germans, they just take their things off and just towel dry, everywhere, and then get dressed. They don't, no shame in the game, no, not at all. Let it all hang out, And they stand up while they're doing it, They don't even try to sit in a deck chair, cover up. I used to call it my sort of poncho. It was a bit like Demis Roussos used to wear. It was it was very thin material, but it was a great big voluminous thing. And I used to put my head in, and then I used to get dressed and dried. And Miguel is in hospital, Trish. He's on antibiotics. Oh, excuse me. So he hasn't been, he popped in, but he hasn't been on much today. Yeah. My ex-husband once dived in the swimming pool at Bucklands and lost his trunks. Yeah. And I didn't know because I was, on the side, yeah. And I kept seeing him bob down, bob down. He was going redder and redder in the face. And eventually he come out and I said, what happened? He said, my blooming trunks went floated off. He said, and I had to go keep diving down till I got them. And then when we went outside and wandered around, what we didn't realise was this swimming pool had a glass side. And all the people were sitting outside in the cafe, all having the cups of tea and coffee and stuff. And they must have been seeing my husband in the nudie, diving down, trying to find his trunks. Yeah. Yeah, they must have got, not a good show. I wouldn't say that. He wasn't that well blessed. But they had a show. Yeah. Hungry fish. Yeah. The only thing I remember was I had a beautiful swimsuit back in the 70s. No, the 60s. All the latest rage. It had gathered, like, top here bit, the swimsuit. Then it had a little skirt that was all flounces. Oh, I thought it was a bee's knees. Till I went in the sea and we're larking about, 16 years old, whatever, jumping up and down like that. And then I realised that these straps were elasticated. So as I jumped up, the swimsuit went under my bust. As I came up at the waves, I'm still jumping up and down, and my friends went, I thought, what's she doing? What's she going? She's going, and I looked down, and there's me boobies hanging out. Everybody was laughing at me because I was only 16 and a bit shy, back in the day. And I was quite well blessed as well, you know what I mean? It wasn't like I was flat-chested. Everything hanging out. My mate says, did you not feel cold? Did you not feel the draft of the waves on you? I said, no. Oh, I dare say nobody's looking, Trish. We're all very self-conscious about ourselves, aren't we? Yeah, who the heck's looking at us? Nobody. I must admit, I don't like to see little teeny weeny bikinis in swimming baths. I just think that's so wrong, yeah. Swimming baths, bikinis on the beach, fine. But if you're in a swimming bath where there's all children around, I think one piece is more decent. Or if you're wearing a bikini, at least wear a bigger one. Not something that looks like, dental floss. I think that looks a bit cheeky when there's kids about, yeah. No, I've never done the wet t-shirt competition. They weren't around when I was younger. Not that I would have done then. But by the time wet t-shirt competitions came out, I was far too old. Children in bikinis, I don't like them. It's not appropriate, I don't think. I took my friend's little boy to one of these play areas, where they have the balls and they jump in and ball pits and stuff like that. And there was a little girl there wearing a little short skirt and a thong, and she was upside down most of the time. And I'm thinking, there's a load of men in here. You don't know whether they've got any kids with them or whether they're just in there to perv, And I thought, this kid's upside down showing all her wherewithals with a little thong on. And I'm like, oh, God, does her mother not think, I did go topless when I was about in my 30s. And everybody else was topless on the beach. I did. But I didn't walk about like that. When I wanted to go down into the sea, I put my top on, yeah. Yes, I used to crochet bikinis, not for myself. I used to crochet them for a boutique. But they used to go away to a tailoress, and they used to be lined, yeah. But the boutique that sold them used to put on that they were sunbathing only, yeah. No, there's no need to dress your kids looking like hookers, It's just not appropriate. There's enough perverts knocking about without trolling your kids out and putting them on display. These days you don't even know if they've got a camera, do you? They could be taking pictures on their phone and you didn't know it. If your kid upside down on a swing or something, and some pervert's taking a photograph of her wherewithals. Yeah. Hi, Mimi. Hi, Mimi. I'd just be too what's it if it was my daughter. How am I? I'm not doing too bad. I'm not too bad. The usual aches and pains and God knows what else. But apart from that, yeah. No, if I ever had a little kid and I was taking it to the swing park or anything like that, it'd be wearing trousers or very long shorts to the knees, yeah. And a t-shirt that could tuck in. That's what my little girl would have been wearing if she'd have been on the swings and stuff. There'd have been no bikini tops and thongs. Oh, thank you, Mimi, yeah. We're getting there. As you can see, we're not there yet. Decorators coming on Tuesday. So we'll start off. It should be a bit different by. And the leak in the ceiling has been fixed. So by this time next week, we should look a bit different. Hopefully you'll be able to look at a nice wallpapered wall instead of looking at that awful fireplace. Yeah, I've just let it burn out, actually. I've just had it lit. But it'll be nicer when it's all decorated. Look, I've even got a basket for my logs, yeah. So, yeah, this time next week it'll be painted white, the ceiling, and it'll be Wallpapered, yeah. Oh, good God, our knickers, honestly, Kaz, when we did handstands against the wall. Mine were like harvest festivals, as they call them, everything safely gathered in. My knickers, you know, definite legs in and up to the waist. Yeah. It's part of the grain, yeah. Apparently it's meant to look like that. I wouldn't have thought so, but apparently I'm being taught down. It's supposed to look like that. Yeah, I didn't wear shorts, but believe me, my knickers were like shorts. We have got 2, I believe, but they're closed because of the lockdown. Yeah. Yeah, it's like it's part of the grain of the wood. It's not exactly a split. It looks like a split, and I think it looks like a split, but apparently that's what it's meant to do. Yeah. So I just get talked down when I say, it doesn't look right. Can you put some filler in it? No. Yeah, we're still on lockdown here. Non-essential shops are still closed. And what they call, well, yarn shop, wool shop, they're non-essential, so they're all still closed. I think they're probably opening about the end of April, something like that. Oh my God, Liberty Bodices, yeah, with the buttons down the front. Oh, you had your vest, then you had your Liberty Bodice, and then you had your top bit on. Yeah, and socks that came up to your knees. I had infantile arthritis, whatever they call it, yeah. So I had to wear socks that came up to my knees to keep my shins used to get terrible pains in my shins. When are they only said? I think it's sometime towards the end of April, Nathan, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, we always had to have an underskirt on. My 2 nieces call me Nettie, Auntie Nettie, for 2 reasons. One is like the underskirt, we used to call him a Nettie. And then the other one was because I'm called Janet. The people where I lived used to call me Janet. And they used to say, I'm not a knit, I'm a net. Yeah. So they used to call me Auntie Nettie. And my elder niece still calls me Nettie. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely Janet. It's not Janet, it's not Janet, it's Janet, yeah. But nobody pronounced it right, so I changed it to Jan because I got so fed up with people calling me Janet. Really, really annoying. It was the accent from where I used to live. I don't suppose they would do it here. Yeah. They used to call the toilet the nettie. No, they call underskirts netties if you come from Scotland. Well, hello, John. How are you? Happy Easter. Yes. Oh, they call it other names round here, the toilet. It's not a nettie. Definitely. That's too posh. No, it's not Janice, no. I get Janice. I get Jeanette. I get all things, yeah. But no, it's Janet. Called after my 2 grandmas. One was Elizabeth and one was Janet. Well, actually, it was Janet, but it was. And my mum wouldn't call me Elizabeth because she didn't want me called Lizzie or Eliza. So she called me Janet instead. It still caused problems. My brother was lucky he didn't get called after anybody. He was called Colin. And that was just not after anybody in the family. Well, my one granddad was called Harvey and the other one was called Edwin. And because my mum and dad were of different sects, my father was a Catholic and my mother was a Protestant. So they sort of defied the family and went off and got married in secret. And so my dad's family, who were Catholic, never spoke to my mum until 2 years later she had my brother. And then because it was the first grandchild, she wanted to see it, so she made up a row. So he didn't get called after anybody in the family because at the time they weren't speaking to him. So yeah, where I came from in Oldham, they had a terrible accent and they would say Janice, which just sounds as bad as Janet to me. So that's why I just didn't like my name. It was the way they pronounced it. Of course, when I came over to live in Prestwich, they don't say it that way. It was just the Oldham accent that made it sound horrible. But my son, I thought I'd call my son on his own. It was Ian. And then my mother-in-law said, "Oh, I see you've called him after your father after all." And I said, "No, my father's called John." She goes, "Ian is the Scottish version of John." Well, I wasn't going to call him Harold, was I? That was my ex's father. His name was Harold. I'm going to call a baby Harold. I mean, Harry is quite in now, but when 52 years ago, you didn't call babies Harold. So I thought I'd called him after nobody. I thought, oh, there's no Ians. Then I found out I've got two cousins called Ian, but I didn't really know them all that well. So, yeah, it's a Scottish form of John, Ian. My mother-in-law knew. Yeah, Uncle Harold's all right for somebody elderly, but you don't call a newborn. I mean, Prince Harry is actually Henry, isn't he? He's known as Harry, but he's actually christened Henry. All the old names are coming back, aren't they now? I can remember going in agonised when we had to go to school and you had to say what your mother's name was. And when I said Lucy, everybody went in fits of giggles and thought it was hilarious. So you called John then, aren't you? Right, good night, Trevor, sweet dreams. Don't eat too many Easter eggs. McGuffey, I would say Scottish, but then I don't really know. Don't hold me to that one though, Trish. I would have thought Scottish, but yeah, oh, it was, I mean, what? My brother would have been 84 or something like that. Yeah, 80 odd years ago. God, Catholics and Protestants, they weren't supposed to get married. Yeah, my son's best friend when he was in junior school, they came away from the Troubles in Ireland because one was Protestant and one was Catholic. So they had to come to England to get out of the way. Yeah. Lucy, the way you've spelt it there, Lucy, Lucy. I mean, now it's a coming up name. It's a popular name for little girls. But when I said my mum's name at school, everybody fell apart laughing. Well, it's better than Maggie, isn't it, Peggy? Imagine being called Maggie. Oh, Lydia. Yeah, it'd be about the same time as my shed, that Lydia, yeah. Oh, I think it's all, all wrong when people can't marry across the religious divides. I mean, it's like if you're the wrong caste in Pakistan, you can't marry the other caste or something, It's the same in India, isn't it? The different caste systems. Yeah. You can't marry this because, oh gosh. Yeah, next week we could say, did your sink get fixed? Did my shed arrive? I've got the funny feeling it'll be no. Yeah, I don't understand why it's. My mother-in-law knew I was from a Catholic family, even though I'm not Catholic and I was christened Church of England. And she kept saying I was a Catholic family, and I kept saying I'm not Catholic. And she was the same. She was dead against me because she said I was Catholic. And I wasn't. I wasn't brought up a Catholic. Yeah, my father was a failed, lapsed Catholic, but I wasn't. My mum was married in Church of England, and I was christened in Church of England. Went to school, Church of England, so where did you get Catholic from? In any case, would it have mattered? Nikki. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being raised Catholic. It's just that I wasn't. I just objected to her having a set against me because she said I was Catholic. Yeah. No, I haven't seen that, Kaz. I mean, we never had that problem with burials because my mum and dad were both cremated. We didn't have, any. Well, we did have family plots, but they were full up at the time. Time my mum and dad. Anyway, they would have wanted to be in the same grave, wouldn't they? So. Oh, I know. It goes on all over the place, doesn't it? You're not safe anywhere. All these historical sexual things with footballers and priests and nuns and you're thinking, what's the world coming to? What's the world coming to? Yeah, but if they're supposed to be men of God or women of God, then they shouldn't be molesting anybody. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't brought up with Catholic, but I mean, I've heard terrible tales about the priests and the nuns, Yeah, I know, the feeling, Kaz. It depends if they have Is it nuptial mass or something? I'm not Catholic, I'm not sure. If it's just a wedding, if it's just a wedding, it's no longer than a normal wedding. But if they have nuptial mass or something, mass, I don't know, and a blessing, it goes on for hours. I've got friends of all nationalities, as you know, like Kelly's a Muslim, and I've got Catholic. It doesn't make any difference to me. We don't talk about religion, we don't argue religion, so we're just friends. I've got a friend who's a Sikh, I've got, all sorts of friends. Yes, is it called a nuptial mass or something? I don't know what it's called, but it goes on and on and on and on and on. Yeah. A bit like that bloke at Harry and Meghan's wedding. God, I thought he'd never shut up. That preacher. That was a sermon in 3/4, wasn't it? That thing. I think he liked the sound of his own voice. No, I don't usually do it, Kaz. I'm not knocking anybody's religion. And I certainly don't talk politics. It goes on. I mean, you hear about, yeah, I've got one of my son's best friends is Sikh. He's a lovely, lovely guy. Yeah, you hear all these tales about, like, like the adoption people, what they call them homes, where they used to stick them in cold water and make them sleep with the wet bed. If they wet the bed, make them sleep with wet bed sheets wrapped around them or something. Oh God, didn't he go on and on and on, that preacher? Everybody was shifting in their seats, weren't they? They were all really fed up and bored. I was like, I can't believe what he's going on about. With nothing to do with the wedding. I think it was his opportunity to try and make a name for himself. Oh, on the telly. Have I seen the Tina documentary? No, I haven't. I don't mind listening to her singing, but I don't want to hear about her being beaten up by Ike and stuff. Well, blimey, she's about 80, isn't she, Nathan? It's no wonder it's a farewell tour. I wish some other singers would do a farewell tour instead of carrying on warbling when they're well past it. They go on tour, don't they, and they can't hit any of the notes, and you're thinking, oh, why do you bother, love? Just retire, live off your earnings. Why keep making these comeback tours when you're obviously well out of it? You can't sing for toffee. Well, she can still hit most of the notes, Cher, yeah. Although she does make a bit of a spectacle of herself, doesn't she? Come on, let's face it. She's one of these who won't grow old gracefully. Yeah, well, that's the best thing to do, Nathan, when you get to the same, 82 or whatever. What do you want to be pushing yourself through singing and going on tour and that? Nah. She's earned to sit down, feet up. Live off her royalties. She must be selling enough records to have royalties. The Queen is natural, isn't she? She's just like a natural, well-preserved old lady. I mean, she's just not been lifted, shifted and tucked, has she, the Queen? I was watching the other day about, what was I watching? Well, about the Queen's jewels and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, the Queen looks like everybody's granny, doesn't she? And I think it's good that she does look like everybody's granny, because that's what she kind of is. I'd have no respect for her if she'd had facelifts and God knows what. She wouldn't be the Queen. She was, nipped and tucked and everything else. Botoxed to death. She suddenly appeared looking 20 years younger. It wouldn't be the Queen, would it? Well, none of them are beauties, are they, Nathan? Come on, let's face it. You can't make because it's a Percy's out of sow's ears, is it, or something? Prince Philip's 90-something. Good grief, no wonder he looks dead. Poor bugger is probably half dead, isn't he? When you look 90-odd, Nathan, I bet you don't look that great. We shall remind you if we're still around when you're 90. "99, isn't he, Prince Philip? So no wonder he looks half dead, the poor bugger. Princess Diana was pretty. Catherine's pretty. Yeah, he's doing well. Wonder if he gets a telegram from the Queen. Hello, darling, will you send me a telegram? I'm 100. HRH Elizabeth R. No, I didn't see anything about the church lady. No. Well, the Queen was quite pretty when she was younger, so was Princess Margaret. I mean, Princess Anne was such a bonny baby. I mean, look at her now, but I mean, she was a gorgeous little baby with a halo of curls. She was so pretty. You would have put Princess Anne in adverts, because she looked so bonny. She had these blonde curls. She was quite a pretty baby. Oh, the Queen, yeah, she's natural, isn't she? She's an old lady and she's natural. She looks blooming good for her age. I just wish other people would take a leaf out of her book. Stop trying to plasticise themselves. Yeah, Andrew was quite good looking when he was younger, yeah. They all look better when they were younger. As they get older, they go off a bit, don't they? I mean, even Wills, when he had all his hair, was quite attractive. can't all stay gorgeous forever. Anyway, my peoples, I'm going to go to bed now because I'm tired. And I stayed on longer than I said I would do. Stayed on for 3 hours and 32 minutes. So I'm going to go to beddy buys now. Try and find all my tablets and take all of them. Hate all of them. Well, yeah. I must admit Camilla is no princess, is she? Camilla could do with a bit of Botox, couldn't she? Let's be honest about it. She could do with a bit of lifting and shifting. She looks her age. She's all wrinkles and crinkles. Yeah. We're getting catty here now, aren't we? So I think it's time to go to bed. So good night, everybody. Happy Easter for tomorrow. I hope you all eat all your Easter eggies up. And, well, Megan, she's another thing altogether, isn't she? I'm not getting drawn about her. Yeah. So I'm going to go to bed now, and I won't be eating my Easter egg because I don't have one. So eat your Easter eggs, enjoy yourself. Don't bother about the diets tomorrow. Bye for now.